Hello and welcome to another episode of PodcastDX, the show that brings you interviews with people just like you whose lives were forever changed by a medical diagnosis. I'm Lita. Ron is not with us today, but we do have a dog in the background. You may hear her once in a while.
And we have one coughing and one barking. I'm so sorry. And I'm Jean Marie.
Collectively, we're the hosts of PodcastDX. On today's show, we are thrilled to be speaking once again with Tasha. Tasha, if you recall, is a patient advocate and the founder of My Walk with Myasthenia Gravis in St. Louis, Missouri. It's a charity. Welcome back to the show, Tasha.
Hi, Tasha.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Tasha, we spoke almost 2 years ago. Wow, time flies. How have you been?
I've been well, keeping myself safe and busy, but most importantly, safe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this has been a hard time to do that in the last 2 years.
Yes, it has.
Well, to give our listeners a bit of a recap, what exactly is myasthenia gravis and how long have you been living with this diagnosis?
Myasthenia gravis is a rare, chronic, and life-threatening autoimmune disease, which the communication between the nerves and the muscles is interrupted, and it can cause mild to severe muscle weakness in all of the muscles in the body. And I've actually had this disease over 28 years now. I was diagnosed when I was 6.
That's a long time.
It is.
Yes.
And Tasha, how has the COVID pandemic affected your ability to receive medical care?
So I was nervous about it when COVID first happened, but thankfully I had all of my, like my regular checkup appointments and things like that. But in between time, I received a maintenance treatment called Rituxan.
Mm-hmm.
So the very first appointment that I had, I called the infusion center to see what the procedures that they had, set in place for, everybody coming in. Usually we were able to have someone come with us,
Mm-hmm.
If they dropped you off or something like that, but they had everything completely on lockdown to where just us, the patients, could come or were supposed to come in, get the treatment, and do the ending part, whether you sit for a little while or you just go on and leave. But they were wiping everything down, going over the floors. All of the nurses, I absolutely adore them. The doctors, they frontline workers. That's a lot of work in something like this, but they maintained complete professionalism with all of the patients coming in, keeping us safe. And I felt so much better because I was really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Just walking outside is, when the whole world shuts down and you can just basically only go to the store and get what you need to come home.
Right.
But I had an extra task, but I was very happy with the results.
That sounds like they really took the time and consideration to make sure, that you guys were staying safe. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Kudos to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And kudos to you for keeping up with your treatment.
Yes, thank you. I was, like I said,
yeah.
I was nervous, but I knew that that's what I have to do. So I suit up and go ahead.
Well, along this same line, has it been challenging for you to receive any of your necessary medications during the pandemic?
So, well, I have family and friends who would go to the stores for me.
Okay.
Sometimes I would sit in the car. They will run into the pharmacy, or we'd go through drive-through, or I would go through drive-through. But I've only had about one medication that was out of stock. But other than that, everything pretty much moves smoothly. I always have enough at home, so that wasn't a big thing, with me.
That's
good.
wonderful.
That's good.
Wonderful.
With an autoimmune disease, you are at a higher risk with COVID, correct?
Yes.
Did you get COVID during this last couple of years? Did you end up getting it?
No, like I said, my family and friends, they completely made sure that I didn't have to go in the stores or anything like that. So some will go shopping for me, put the bags on the porch. My son and my mom were and are a big help. We wipe things down. So I've been extremely fortunate to remain as healthy as I can be.
That's great. That's super.
Yeah,
That's,
and I'm sure, they need you too. So,
Right.
yeah, that's...
But that's great
Yes.
that you've got a good team around you to help support you at a time like this.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. How has your self-care routine changed or evolved over the last couple of years?
My naps are longer. No, everything is okay. I still make sure that I remind myself, okay, Tasha, you have to sit still. You have to do this. Um, I learned a few little tricks to do things at home, self-care like nails and things like that. So
That's good.
that's yes, and all of us ladies love a good pedicure. So learning how to do that at home wasn't hard, but it was fun to say the least. But yeah, my naps are longer, and I love that part.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
Yeah, Lita has been kicked out of spas for giggling too much during pedicures and
Yeah.
making everyone in the facility giggle as well, to the point where no one can get
Yeah.
anything done.
Yeah, my feet are so ticklish. I just do not do pedicures well.
No, so she should also learn how to do those at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did see like some people having manicures and pedicures in the garage, or in open areas too. And yeah, that's great, because it's important to take care of yourself. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you were able to
Oh, absolutely.
work that out. Tasha, what do you keep in your go bag, and what, if anything, helps you when you're having a flare?
Definitely, I have emergency meds like my methadone and prednisone. All of my contact information that I need, I always keep that on me. My son, him and I are always together, so he pretty much knows what to do, who to call, and how to go about with keeping everything together.
How old is your son
But
now?
emergency man, he's 13 now.
Oh.
He's a very tall 13.
He's a young man.
Yes, he's so tall. It's like he shot up overnight, literally.
That's great.
Mhm.
That's great. Okay. And what else were you saying that you do when you have a flare?
I sit still.
Okay.
Okay.
Most of I haven't had a flare since January 2020,
Oh, good.
Good.
but and that was before, of course, before COVID shut the world down.
Mhm.
And ironically, I was around people who had it, being in the hospital, but
Right.
they didn't really have a name for it just yet. So I'm just thankful that I was, safe with all of that. And
Very lucky. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, good.
but I generally sit still. I make sure I rest. That's the really big thing, and I hydrate. If I have symptoms or anything like that, it's usually due to lack of sleep, because I do have insomnia.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And that's why your longer naps are helpful.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I think that probably sleep at any time of the day is helpful, right?
I don't know.
It is, and now that he's back in school, yes.
Okay. All
It makes
right.
it easier.
Good. And you said that you have been able to keep in touch with your family and friends during the COVID lockdown?
Oh, absolutely. Facebook, Instagram, we do Zoom meetings.
Okay.
Facebook has those little meeting rooms now, so all of us will get it, well, as much as we can. Yeah, we didn't really miss a beat. We talk on the phone, text, so that was, nothing changed in that area.
That's great. That's great.
And how was homeschooling?
Homeschooling was it was actually easy, because my son's school is actually already virtual,
Oh, okay.
computer wise, so that transition was really easy. I saw how the different schools were having issues, but his school was smooth sailing.
Oh, good deal.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
they
good.
were already, ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And how have things gone with My Walk with MG? Have you done any virtual events or anything like that, or planning any?
Yes, we did a adopt a family last Christmas,
Oh, nice.
and that was our very first one, and it
Mhm.
was so much fun. And we recently just did a back to school drive for kids with MG, and we were able to bless 4 children with school supplies. And we posted a couple of videos,
Mhm.
and just to see the excitement over just school supplies from them was so emotional and so happy, just happy. And but for us and my team, we just whatever we can do to help, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, you're making a big change in their lives, and yeah, a nice positive change in their lives.
Yeah.
It was fun watching that on Instagram, and yeah, that was great to watch. Very
Yeah,
uplifting.
we didn't want them to, because it's so many adults, they have their support groups and things like that. We didn't want the kids to feel left out. And I
Mm-hmm.
know how
Mm-hmm.
they feel because I've grown up with MG.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So those different moods and different feelings, um I can connect with them on that. So I didn't want them to get lost in just the adults getting help and things like that. No, we're here for them as well.
That's excellent.
Awesome. And Tasha, could you tell us about your experience with the COVID vaccination program?
So I'm actually getting ready to get my vaccine shot.
Okay.
I waited a little bit, um, and my medical team and we talked and conversed back and forth because they wanted to make sure it didn't work. We wanted to work longer rather than the one shot, then wait the 2 weeks. So just an overall longer support for myself. So I'm geared up to take it in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you'll have to reach back to us and let us know
Yeah,
how it
is it
was.
going?
Well,
I will.
Jean and I both had the Pfizer vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
She had a sore arm afterwards. I didn't have
Just
any.
for a day.
Yeah, I didn't have any problems afterwards. My husband had the Moderna vaccine, and he had a sore arm. His boss had the Moderna vaccine, and his boss was out of work for 2 days. But maybe his boss
okay.
just needed time off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying.
No, but I think at different hospitals they gave employees the day off if they needed it because sometimes it affects everyone differently.
Right. So make
Just like
sure
any
that make
vaccine.
sure that when you do get it, that you have the next day you don't have anything
Just in
strenuous planned, that you could rest if you need it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Definitely.
Okay. Tasha, could you tell us about your charity's initiative to provide? Oh, you already did that with the school supplies.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm
That's okay.
behind on
She
the questioning.
is. And Tasha, I heard that you, in addition to providing school supplies, which is amazing, I
you.
also heard that you've been doing a collab with the Good Life Candle Company. Could you tell us more about that experience?
Oh, that was so much fun. So June is Myasthenia Gravis Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always made it very clear that I wanted the best way to get into the community is to work with your community.
Sure.
So I came across this young lady. I had already purchased a candle from her before, and it smells so good. I hid it because I didn't want anybody to find it. I got in contact with her and asked her would she be interested in doing a collaboration, and it turned into a fundraiser. So we set a goal, and we a goal of 50 candles sold, and we did, and sold them all. And she made a very personal scent for me and the organization. And she said, "Did you want anything in particular?" I said, "No, I absolutely trust you because I've already had one of your candles." And that candle smells amazing. I don't even want to burn the last one that I have. So she donated $500 to us, and I was floored. I wasn't expecting that. I actually was just having fun with it and forgot it was a fundraiser.
Oh,
Right,
wow.
because you're also just spreading awareness,
Right.
and they were not only smell that they're beautiful. They're very pretty.
If you haven't, make sure you try and grab one of her candles. You will not be disappointed. And who doesn't love candles?
Right,
Mhm, mhm.
right. You know what? Realtors are big on candles because they want to have the right scent when people walk into a new house.
And it's a
Yes.
great part of our self-care
Right.
for meditation and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tasha, what advice do you have for somebody that's been recently diagnosed with MG?
I would tell them first, sit down and soak in what you just heard. It's always great to, connect with different individuals and, the support groups just to get a glimpse of how they live and what they experience. But just know that we're all different. So your experience is definitely going to be different from the next person. Obtain as much information as you possibly can, credible information. So always talk with your medical professionals. And if you have questions, do not be afraid or to ask them. It's overwhelming, and it can be overwhelming at times. You don't know when you'll have a flare because it's so unpredictable. But the important thing is to learn yourself. You have to learn yourself with MG before meds, during, and possibly afterwards.
Okay. Because the side effects or how long it takes the medicine to work or?
Side effects, how long it works, how long you can go, like with methadone, I'll take for an example.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually prescribed to take every 4 hours. I was fortunate enough to not have to do it every 4 hours. I would take my dosage in the morning, and it will last me until dinner time, bedtime. So I learned that over the years at a young age. Okay, I wrote down when I took it, how long, before I started feeling a little sluggish, how much I took the next time. So those are important key points to have and to know, because learning yourself with it, you will be able to do, things that you want to do. Like myself, I live, and I don't want them to forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Still live your life, but learn yourself with MG.
Mm-hmm.
I think that really it encapsulates the point that researchers have a valuable resource in patients like you who take the time to write everything down, and
Right.
they can learn a lot because, like you said, it affects everyone differently,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
medication is going to affect you differently. So yeah, it's you're a gold mine for researchers
Oh,
because you're
yeah.
already doing all the legwork for them.
Right. Don't
Well,
you wish?
my mom helped me.
Okay.
Being so young, being
Mhm.
diagnosed, but I'm the second person in my family to have this disease. So I've been exposed to it to learn, the do's and don'ts,
Mhm.
On how to control it, for myself, and get me through all of those years.
Yeah.
Right. I kind of forgot about that. Who else in your family has this?
One of my aunts.
I was gonna say,
That's
yeah.
right,
I was
that's
gonna say,
right.
I think it's, yeah.
It was kind of in the back of my mind.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is. Talking with you is like catching up with an old
It
friend.
is. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
It is.
It's been too long.
It has.
Yes.
And I will say too that we do love your patient advocacy work, and we will continue to follow you online. And we're excited every time you come up with something new because it's always,
Thank you.
a lot of fun.
Your
And uplifting.
Your energy.
Yes.
Your energy is uplifting, and we need that too, even though we don't have MG.
Right. Yeah. Even your
Thank
daily,
you.
your daily like reminders to take care of yourself or
Mhm.
whatever. I love watching when your feed pops up. It's always inspiring.
Right.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. You have to, Now, don't get me wrong. I still have those days where I'm like, oh, this just cannot be happening again. But I have come so far with this disease, and I talk to my mom all the time, and the things that, she had to, talk to the doctors and things like that when I was a kid, and things that they said that I probably wouldn't do, I did. I was determined to not let this disease control every aspect of my life, even from having a child. They said it wasn't, they didn't recommend it. Well, he's 13 now, so, can't really go back on that. So it's, you have to find a silver lining in everything that you do. And a really good friend of mine, I looked at her while she battled with her health issues, and she always had a smile on her face. So I know I can do it too.
Right. We've talked to quite a few people that have had the same drive as you, and I think behind all of them, it's this thing that, okay, I have this disorder, or I have this disease, or I have this condition, but this condition does not have me.
Absolutely.
And you are on top of your game, and you're going to stay there, and I applaud you for it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, especially since I think we both struggle with that a lot.
Yeah. I wish. Well, that's why we talk to you
guys.
Yes, we need you. We need you every week. We need you guys every week to keep plugging along.
Yes, because we're hoping to one day achieve that goal.
Yes.
And you can get there.
Okay. Well, Tasha, thank you so much. It's been amazing catching up with you. As always, you're inspiring, and
thank you.
You have amazing advice. So thank you. And how can our guests learn more about you and My Walk with MG?
I am just about on every social media platform you can search My Walk with MG. You can hashtag MWWMG, and I am sure to pop up everywhere.
All right.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn.
Have you tried TikTok?
I'm really trying to learn this, so I'm asking my son to get me involved with it. So this is going to be completely hilarious.
Yeah, we're just trying to get there too. It's a difficult transition, but we're trying.
It is.
We'll see you on there, I'm sure.
Yes, you will. But yes, those are all of my links, and my website is mywalkwithmg.org.
.org. Okay.
We'll have links for that.
Yes. Right. Well, Tasha, it was great to catch up. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. It was really wonderful.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I always enjoy talking to you all.
Thank you. If our listeners have any questions or comments related to today's show, they can contact us at PodcastDX@yahoo.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and TikTok a little bit. And they could send us an email at podcastdx@yahoo.com.
And if you have a moment to spare, please give us a review wherever you get your podcast. As always, please keep in mind that this podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, and always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or a treatment and before undertaking a new healthcare regime. And never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you've heard on this podcast.
Till next week.